Alright, hello guys, welcome to your first HTML tutorial. If you are looking to start web development and you're an absolute beginner, or maybe you've learned some things and you just want to solidify your foundation on HTML and CSS, so this is your video. And basically, we're going to be starting from HTML. Yeah. So, before I show you any code, I would like to show you what we're going to be building. This is the website we're going to be building. Yeah, this is basically everything. By the end of this course, or by the end of this series, you should be able to build a website, and you would actually be able to build a website just like this. Now, before I show you code, I would like to explain everything in this website. Although you might not understand for the absolute beginners, but don't worry, you're going to get it as soon as I start teaching in subsequent videos. So basically, this is okay. Everything in this website from top to bottom is all inside a body tag. Yeah, inside the body tagging or element in HTML, and that's that is basically where all your code would be. Yeah, all your code, all these write-ups, everything is inside the body of the HTML. So I will show you that in a bit. So basically, this is all this here is nothing much, just this is probably a h1 tag, yes, which you're going to find out soon. H1 tag, and then with some styling, and then we have a line. Yeah, this is done using the hr tag, and then you have a text which is done using the p tag or maybe I tag. Okay, I is for italics, so maybe this is the p tag. I'm going to find that out soon. And then if I forgot to explain this, but this is the nav bar of websites. Most websites have this. Yeah, although you don't have to have this in your website, but it calls for every website calls for a navigation bar to, tell your users, okay, this goes to generic, blah blah, get it, but that's basically it. Um, this is the navigation bar of the website. Here you have your links to where you want to take the user to: homepage, landing page, generic elements, get started, and login. These two are buttons. Yeah, I'm going to be learning that. This is the home. This is the home page. It takes you to the home page. This is the landing page. Takes us to the landing page. This is the generic page. Okay, basically all these are actually links. Yeah, all these are links that takes us to different pages of our website. Don't worry if you don't understand that, you're going to understand it. HTML is actually quite easy. And then that's basically it from what I've explained. All these are just tags, and then images are gonna be there, tags and buttons. And then here is here's a form element, form tag rather. And then we're going to have all these styling, which we're going to learn. You see how it glows up here when you focus on it. All these are elements, all these are styling we're going to learn soon. So basically, go here too. All these are buttons, and this hover effect, we're going to learn that. And these are icons, these are text, and this is a link to an email. This is phone number, this is house address, or address of where you're living, and all these are just write-ups we're going to be adding to the website basically. Now let's go to the okay. Before that, in case you don't know how to set up your Visual Studio, because it's Visual Studio I'm going to be using to teach you, this is it. Don't worry about this for now, but this is Visual Studio, and in case you don't have this, yeah, and you want to use this in order to follow up with what I'm doing exactly, so you're going to have to go to the website and search for Visual Studio Code, and then click on this download right here. It's going to take you to this page. Now on this page, if you're using a Windows system, you're going to click on download here. If you're using a Linux, Debian or Ubuntu, you could click on this one of these. If you're using Mac, click on this, Generally, if you don't still understand how to go about downloading Visual Studio, you can go on YouTube and search for how to do that. There are a ton of videos on YouTube on how to download Visual Studio code for your PC. So basically that is it. Now when you've downloaded it, you've run it, you've installed it on your PC, then you would have to create a work folder. For me, this is the root of my folder, and in here we have this this is the page we're going to be building. That is this. You don't have to worry about that for now. But then in here I have the actual folder where we're going to be working, and that is HTML basics, and this is where I created my file. But in case you don't understand all of this, you could just come here in your documents and click on new, click on folder, create it, HTML practice. You could do this, and then in here you create your file, right click new. Okay, not folder, sorry about that, it's meant to be file, new. I could do text documents, and then rename this to both the extension. You're going to rename the extension to HTML, goes to index.html. Yes, now you see it takes the icon of your default browser, or in case you are not seeing these dot parts, you could just click on view and click on this file name extension, and then you'll be able to see that. That's it. But if you also want to create this from your work folder, I'm just going to delete this. You want to create this from the VS Code, you open this with VS Code. So you just right click, this is it, right click and click on open with code, and then it should open just like this. And then when it opens, you click on this icon here, new file, click on it, and then you do index.html. You could name it anything. You could name it practice.html, spelling practice well HTML, basically anything you want to name it. And then you open a blank screen for your code. So that's basically it. I have already opened a folder, so I'm just going to delete this one. Now this is HTML, so I'm going to be explaining everything here. Basically, this is the structure of how your website is going to be. So remember when I told you that everything you saw on that template was inside the body tag? Yes. So I'm just going to remove this. Okay. So remember when I told you everything you saw was inside the body of your HTML? So every single thing you're going to be writing, your buttons, your forms, your H1 to H6 tags are going to be inside your body element. So then let's start from the top. What is this? So this is the doc type. You basically don't have to know what this is, and I'm not going to actually be explaining what this is, but just know that this is essential for your website. It tells HTML that this is the default I think the default language for the web page you're building. That's going to be HTML. And just in case you don't know yet, HTML means hypertext markup language. It's not a programming language, it's a hypertext markup language, apparently. Yeah, that is it. So then as for this one, this is the HTML tag, and this tells the website that everything is in English. Yeah, the language is actually English, basically. Yes. Then this is the head element, and then in here we're going to be having this tells the website that uh the okay. I don't think we need to explain this for now. We don't need to know this because this might sound complex, and so let's just leave this for now. And you can actually do without this, yes, but we're just gonna leave it there. Yeah, for now. Or let me just comment it out. I'm gonna comment it out. Okay, we don't need that for now. So inside the head tag, what we normally have is the document, that's the title. Now this title is basically what you see here. Okay, I don't have it open yet. The title is what you see here. Hypertext. So basically, the title is what you see on the document name. This is the title. See where my mouse is. You can change that to anything you want. We're just going to leave that as document for now, and then you could have other things. When we've gone deep into CSS, you could have things like link to your CSS file, and then if you have a CSS, you do index.css. But for now, we don't have that, so we're just going to leave that. Now this is where your main code is. This is where we have things like the div, the p tags, the h1 to h6 tags, the different tags which we're going to be learning. So yeah, just to make our first web page, what we're going to be doing is doing our first hello world in HTML. So to do that, we're going to have the p tag. And the p tag is basically where you write things like when you want to write a long text, paragraph, or maybe even a short text here. So we're going to have in this p tag, we're going to have the hello world. Yeah, I'm just gonna add dots. Now when you save, mine is set to auto save, but in case yours is not set to auto save, you just do Ctrl S and then you go to your web page and reload. Click on this button, and then you see your first rather, sorry, my English, you see your first hello world in HTML. So that is basically it for this video. I know this isn't everything about HTML, but in our subsequent videos we're going to be learning all. I just wanted to introduce you guys to HTML as a whole, so I hope you guys understand basically what HTML is. Yeah, it's like the backbone of the website, and every single thing we're going to be doing is going to be inside this body tag. Yeah, so that's it for this video. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, if you found this content helpful, leave a like and a subscribe. See you guys in the next video.